Good morning. Good morning. Hello, everybody. Coffee. Which, for some reason, is extra good today. Not really sure why. Maybe it's because I've had a lot of low-carb days and I'm hungry. So everything tastes good right now. That first sip was heavenly. Welcome to the Bodybuilder Breakfast Show, episode 5. We are still going strong. Yes. Still got my breakfast. 180 grams of beef, spinach, 1 English muffin, and I added a pickle. No calories and delicious. So, little treat. So, with the whole virus situation and everybody, the states are starting to reopen. Looks like shows are no longer getting, bodybuilding competition shows are not getting canceled or rescheduled anymore. So it looks like the dates that they have set for the shows in your respective areas are pretty much set, which is awesome. So competition season will be underway it already started. I think Oklahoma had a show, Battle of the something. I can't think of the name right now. But NPC shows have already started happening. First IFBB show will be the Tampa Pro, which is obviously what I'm prepping for, as you guys know. So I thought with shows coming up, that today would be a good time to introduce the topic of when and why you should compete. So I've been competing since 2014. I've been in the gym weight training since I was 13 years old, so I was back in 2001. And I made the decision to try my hand at amateur bodybuilding because I needed to know what the next level was. I needed to see what the possibilities were out there to see what my body was capable of. So I joined a bodybuilding gym in New Haven, Connecticut, Montanari Brothers Powerhouse, and there were gorillas everywhere. Everybody that happened to be in the gym in that moment when I walked in to join or to check it out were absolutely enormous. It was almost... Now, there was a good mix in the gym population there. There was a good mix of really big guys, there was normal guys, women of all fitness levels. So it wasn't like everybody was a bodybuilder, and I was there for many years. But it just so happened that the night that I walked in, pretty much all the bodybuilding guys happened to be there, and they were all huge. And I was like, oh shit, this is it. This is what I've been looking for. This is the possibilities that I'm looking to strive for. I need to join this gym. So I started competing, and I had no idea what it was going to turn into. But 2.5 years later, I ended up winning my pro card. So I give you a small history lesson just to kind of preface everything that I'm going to say moving forward. I had a lot of time in the gym, 13 years before I had made the decision that I was going to try my hand at competitive bodybuilding. I do think a lot of young people, I'm 32 by the way, so I'm allowed to say young people. So I think a lot of young people rush into getting on stage way too soon. Before they have ample time in the gym training and building their physique and really having a good handle on what they are capable of and ticking those foundational boxes of getting their nutrition habits right and consistent and learning how to train their ass off, right? It's not often that I walk into a gym and I see someone train and I'm impressed by the intensity level. I don't care about the numbers or how strong you happen to be at the given moment, but you don't have to be the strongest in the gym to be the most intense. And it's very infrequent that I see proper intensity going into the sessions. So I think people rush into it too quick. So why do most people compete? Nowadays, you know, you see the glitz and glam of the stage, you know, you're in your posing suit or your posing trunks, and, you know, the cameras are flashing, and, you know, if you place, there's a medal put on you, and everybody's happy, and yay, and then the post-show food, and everyone's celebrating, and that looks all well and great, right? That's not where your joy should be rooted in, and if it is, those people typically do not last that long. And usually all it takes is 1 or 2 subpar placings, and then they're done with the sport altogether. The sport sucks, there's politics, they blame everybody but themselves for their inability to win. That is because you are too, if that applies to you, you are too in love with the final product of getting on stage and going through the final stage ready process, like getting tanned and the pictures and the photo shoots and blah, 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 blah. Your love needs to be rooted in the process, the gym, and your eating. That's where the progress is made. That's where the real fun is. And that's where you're going to create the physique that you're truly going to love. So you should compete because you love the gym, you love the process, and you love the body that you're building. That you can look in the mirror and say, I love what I see. Then, if what you are trying to build happens to coincide with what judges are looking for in a particular division, then you should compete. Right? And also, as long as you have those foundational boxes ticked of your dietary habits and your training. If the body you are trying to build is not in line with, and the body that you want, that you envision, that you want to be happy with for the rest of your life, that you get to live, that you have to live with for the rest of your life, doesn't align with what the judges want, then you shouldn't compete. Absolutely not. Because even if you win, you will be unfulfilled. Because you'll still have to go home with a medal, look in the mirror, and be unhappy with what you see. That is a miserable life to live. I want to be able to look in the mirror and say, fuck yeah, I built that, I love that. And be okay with that, right? So that's what you should strive for. Once your love is rooted in the process, then competing is just like icing on the cake. It's just a bonus. But you have to love the gym, you have to love training, you have to love eating. You have to, or you're not going to make it. When you should compete? After you have figured out, once you're able to tick those foundational boxes of training and eating. And then, you know, the obvious, you know, getting in proper condition. But I think that once you have the ability to really train hard, train till failure, keep a logbook, progress your lifts, you know how to bring the intensity to your sets, kind of go mentally to that dark place where you kind of zone out, nothing else exists but the weight in front of you, and you are a robot with your diet, and you eat the same things at the same times every single day. Once you're able to do that consistently, you will, as long as you're picking the right division for your physique, you will do well. Absolutely. So as long as how you approach your journey fits that criteria, you're gonna do just fine, and you're gonna have a very successful competitive career. So don't focus so much on the glitz and glam. It doesn't fucking matter. And you're definitely not, unless you're top 5 in the Olympia, you're definitely not making a career out of bodybuilding. You're not gonna be able to go to the gym for a living, unless you own a gym. Fam, here in Tampa. 1010 East Bush Boulevard, come check us out. Yeah, so that's my take on when and why you should compete. Thank you all for listening. I am really, really hungry, and I'm waiting for my coach to update me, let me know what I'm doing for the rest of the day for food. So I'm gonna get to this breakfast. I love you all. Thank you very much for supporting the channel and watching the show. Leave a like, comment, share if this episode was helpful for you, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.